Hey guys, what's going on? Jag Defense here again. Today we have an interesting one. I've chosen to do another video to address this gun right here. This guy is my Taurus 605 Poly Protector. And I've been wanting to do a video on this gun, and finally I had the opportunity fall on my hands because I put myself in a certain situation yesterday. So yesterday, I forgot this guy, which is my Hellcat, and yeah, I was feeling a little awkward, as most of you know, if you have carried for a while, or if you've been carrying for like a month or two, what is the old saying? Do something 21 days and you'll pick up on the habit or whatever. But yeah, I forgot it, and I wanted to make a video on my other gun, which is my car gun. Yesterday was kind of weird for me because the kids didn't have school yesterday, and so when I woke up, it just kind of threw everything off, man. I was completely discombobulated yesterday, at least in the morning, doing all sorts of funny things. But it was just weird waking up to my daughter there. I guess, in truth, it just didn't feel like a Friday yesterday. It felt like a Saturday. And I think that helped lead me to forget my gun. And as I was taking off in the car, I realized I didn't have it. So I think the feeling is pretty recent, and why not make a video on something more genuine, right? But anyway, yeah, let's talk about it. So this guy lives in my car 24/7, absolutely 24/7. I have had the opportunity to pull this guy out and actually carry it a number of maybe 4 times, 2 of which I knew better. I knew what I was doing. I purposely forgot my gun or left it at home because I was just gonna go down the street over to like the store or my mom's house. The other 2 times, including yesterday, I have genuinely forgot my current carry weapon or my previous carry weapon or whatever have you, and so I had to, have this guy as a backup, and I'm kind of thankful for that. And the 4 times that I'm talking about this year. So this guy has been living in my car for about 3 years now, and yeah. So why I chose to have it? I mean, plain and simple. You never want to need it and not have it, right? It's better to need and not have it than have it and not need it. And just for cases in which I forget my main carry. The reason I chose this one is, first and foremost, I mean, it's another title, right? Of a gun that you have to add to your arsenal. You have your bedside gun, you have your carry gun, you have your range gun, you have your duty gun, you have your, whatever, bathroom gun. I don't care. Whatever you may have a certain gun assigned to according to your lifestyle, my car gun is important to me. And when I was kind of throwing around the idea of getting one or having one of my guns be my car gun, I said to myself, you know what? I kind of feel funny about leaving a, $1,200, I don't know, Glock or something like that. And not that that's what I paid for it. It's just has some add-ons to it and whatnot. But I don't want to leave a $1,000 FN 509 or something in my glove compartment or something like that, So I said I kind of want it to be affordable, super affordable, just because, well, number one, it has a probability of getting stolen, right? Somebody can always steal this thing from me, and I mean, somebody can always steal anything from you, especially in a car, right? And yeah, I have to kind of not feel too terrible about it. Also, the capacity of the gun, if in case somebody does steal it, I feel a tiny bit better that somebody's running around with a gun that they stole and they're only carrying 5 rounds, Mind you, this is actually chambered in 357 or 38 special. I'm currently running Hornady, some Hornady Defense 38 special. But yeah, I'd feel way better for somebody to run around with this thing that they stole from me with only 5 rounds in it versus a 15, 17 fully loaded mag. Also, I went with a revolver because when I was looking at it, I was like, you know what? I don't think I have a revolver, or I don't have a revolver in my collection, so I'm gonna go with the revolver. And some of the pros about a revolver, it's gonna be that they essentially never get stuck, right? You can have issues with it, but as long as that barrel is rotating, if it doesn't discharge the round, you don't have to worry about it and it not discharging it because it had a failure to feed it or it had a failure to eject an empty shell or anything like that. And in a competition or in a gunfight or some sort of situation, you'd have to technically release your mag and then action the slide or whatever and then reload it and you go as you were doing. But this guy, there's none of that happening. The barrel just rotates, and if for some reason you have that bullet that just by factory reasons it just doesn't go off, what you do is just pull the trigger again, and so it'll rotate to another trigger and the hammer will strike the other bullet. And so in the sense, it's more mechanical, a little bit less, maybe technology is the word for it, that comes into play. So yeah, I do like that. And if it's going to be my emergency to the emergency gun per se, I kind of like that. And I mean, granted, you're going to get less rounds, right? But that's okay, because shoot, if I had to choose a gun that had 3 rounds in it, or 2 rounds, or 1 round in it, as my emergency gun, then I'd do that. Doesn't matter, just as long as you have something that essentially never leaves you naked of a gun, hell, before I even got it, I put a knife in there, or some people carry bats in their car. Except for, now we're talking about things that you can't essentially, carry on your person. I'm not going to walk around, I don't know, the grocery store or church or work. Work lets me carry, by the way. So kudos to them. But I'm not going to walk around with a bat or something like that, or a crowbar. yeah, so those are kind of the main reasons why I decided to choose this gun. Some of the other features about it is it does have a rather cheapy. I don't really like the work that they did with it, but it has a fiber optic front sight, and it just, I mean, I don't mind them. It just, I prefer night sights, but this is okay just for, a backup gun. It has some fixed little groove. They're not, I don't know. I feel like they're not even sights. They're not even rear sights, but they're just nice little grooves and stuff. It is polymer. That's what the poly stands for. But my favorite thing about this gun is, man, the grip. Man, I love the grip. It's this Hogue grip. If you guys don't know what Hogue is it's like a slip-on grip that you can put on almost any type of gun. I'm assuming they make them for all sorts of guns. I see them more on the smaller carry weapons like compacts and the micros and stuff like that. But yeah, it's essentially a grip that you slide on. I don't know. You guys Google 43 or Glock 43 or something like that, and pretty sure you'll find a whole grip for it. But yeah, this grip is freaking nice, man. It really just, I don't know. It's a nice feeling. The way it fires pretty good. It's not that bad. I always, for some reason, pictured revolvers to be pretty snappy, and anything in the smaller size will be snappy, and it's not. It's extremely smooth. The polymer acts as a little bit of a weight saver, and yeah, no complaints on the firing aspect of this gun whatsoever. I haven't ran 357 in it, and I don't make it a point to like train on it like a lot, not as much as I do my carry gun. I do, just because it's important for me to know that it's there, and when I need it, I'm gonna have it, and I'm gonna need to use it. But for the most part, I think the most important thing for me is the way I grip it. Is what I have to keep in mind at all times. It's not like, one of these striker fire pistols where Texas meets Mexico, as I like to call it. You don't grip it right up against the side of the gun with your supporting hand. Otherwise, that barrel is gonna shoot out all sorts of debris from this area here, and that can be a problem if you're shooting it as you would, something like this Hellcat, right? That's the way I support and mitigate the gun's recoil. Oops, that's not it. With my support hand. But yeah, this guy, you just have to go a whole bunch, to me, what feels like a whole bunch lower on the gun, and just grip it the best that you can there and fire away. Isn't that sweet how on revolvers you could see the end of the rounds, or the projectile of the round? You could see it. That's cool. But anyway, yeah, that's just one thing you have to keep in mind. I carry it in a Remora holster. It's a materialized holster. It's nothing crazy, nothing fancy. I just kind of have it on there. That way it doesn't wiggle around my glove box on its own or whatever. And has a really nice texture on it with a rubberized type of finish. So when I don't have my carry gun, I get this gun out of the glove box, I tend to stick it into my appendix area, and then usually has to I usually have to tighten up my belt a little bit more than usual, and then when I do come to draw the gun, not that I have, but in a scenario where I would have to draw it, yeah, this holster doesn't come along with the gun. It just stays behind in my waist area. So not too bad, not too bad for what it was. They called Remora, or yeah. And that's pretty much it about this gun, man. That is my emergency car gun to forgetting my main carry gun. Yeah. Which, speaking of which, on my last video, I totally goofed up and I gave a shout out to these guys. These guys are freaking awesome, man. If you haven't checked out Bionic Arms, is what they're called. I didn't know what they were called last time. You guys gotta check them out. And these are some sweet quality holsters. And I'm gonna be picking up some of these pretty soon here. I'm trying to merge over to some of my main guns to have these kind of holsters, man, because I've never felt a holster so refined on the insertion of it, and it just holds, man. I love the way it holds. It holds well, it carries well, it clips on well. I put this thing on while I went bike riding, and I didn't even have a belt, so maybe I had the right shorts on, and of course the right holster. But yeah, my bad. On that other video, I totally forgot what they were called. They have a very unique way of spelling their name. Their name is Byonek, Bionic. But you know, it's pronounced Bionic. They're Bionic Arms on Instagram. Check them out. Yeah. So anyway, what is your emergency carry gun, if you have one? And if you did get one at some point, if you don't have one, you were gonna get one at some point, or maybe I gave you an idea or something to think about. What gun would you choose? What would you choose? And if you don't have one, and it's not ideal for you to have one, why? Let me know, guys, in the comments below. Let me wrap up the video here and lock this guy back up in the glove box and save him for a rainy day. Peace out, guys.